All right, what is going on? Hopefully my camera can focus a little bit, but all right, what's going on? It is that time of the fucking month, I guess. Where I drop a psychology video. As always, these have no script, no pre whatever. I just have an idea of what I need to talk about, and I just sort of spit my mind, right? So, for me, what I want to talk about right now is something that I've been seeing a lot lately in the space, and the main point is just overcomplication of trading itself. With the new year coming up, with the new year, 2026 has just started. So, you're seeing all those videos like 2026 is the year I make it. This is the year I become profitable. Like, me from the start of this year to the end of this year is going to be, revolutionary. And that's good to set goals for yourself, but I think what that can do is really set an unnecessary amount of pressure on people who have not achieved profitability yet. And what I mean by that is there will be people who will drop videos like, all right, I'm on my road to a 100K payout, and they haven't even passed an eval yet. And to me, that's immediately associating trading with an end goal, with a profit goal, when that's not how you should be going into it. You should never be going into trading thinking, I'm going to make this much money. You should go into trading thinking, I'm going to master this skill and execute it. If you guys know PB trading, they're pretty popular in the space, and I've learned a lot of my model from them. And one thing that Patty, one of them, said was, imagine that someone came up to you and said, I'm going to give you $300,000 at the end of this year. And all you have to do is get on every single day and take this setup that I give you. It doesn't matter if it wins. It doesn't matter if it loses. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to know yourself. Just take it, an A-plus trade, and then get off. Don't do anything else. And I will give you $300,000 at the end of the year. That's how you should look at trading. Not as I need to build up to this, I need to do this, I need to chase this goal. Think of it as the goal will come to you if you do what is necessary and what you should be doing. And I think a very negative part and a huge role of why people think about that is just social media in itself. Personally, I have unfollowed basically every single trader except for ones I know personally and then specific mentors on Instagram, YouTube, everything like that, just because I'm sort of sick of seeing it. Like, I will see people talking about this trade was great, this trade was not good, people shitting on certain things. Like, there's a lot of negativity in the space. There's a lot of, gambling, degenerate, fake social media bullshit in the space. And I'm sort of just done looking at it because I know at the end of the day, like, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to trade whatever I think is the best setup from 9:30 to 11 every single day. And then I'm going to go and post my recap, and I'm going to post some reels for you guys, and then I'm going to go on with my day. And that's what my day is going to be. And, now that I'm back at college here, I've been able to still have a lot of success with trading and everything like that, even with classes and my sport and lifting, all the other shit that I do every single day. I've still been able to have some time to trade and post for you guys and everything like that. And I just feel like a lot of people are so tied up in what people are saying and promoting on their social medias that they start to think, okay, now I need to achieve this immediately. I need to do this. So my first piece of advice for you guys, if you feel like you're struggling, is unfollow these people on social media. Because if you don't have a model, you're brand new, everything like that, that's completely different. Like, I get that. Then you want to follow someone, see how they're executing. That's what I do with my premium. I invite you guys in, and then you can watch me trade live. I teach you my strategy, and that I'm totally good with. I'm totally good with that because I think you should live trade for your members so that they can understand how to execute. Because you have no idea how many times, like, I'll teach some of my strategy, but then I'll still be getting questions every day like, hey, this setup presented itself. Why wouldn't I have taken this? How come you took that? Like, instead of just asking and answering all those questions, why not just watch the person execute it? I feel like that's a very, very good positive. But if you have mastered that strategy, if you have mastered risk management, you have learned everything that they have applied to you, then it's time to start going off on your own and getting rid of these people. You know what I mean? If you came into my Discord and you paid the monthly subscription for 2 months and you learned how I traded, got my strategy, got my risk management, and you understand how to execute, please leave. Please don't give me any of your fucking money after that, because then you've done everything that the Discord was meant for you to do. Like, at the end of the day, I don't make that much money off my Discord, and I don't really care either. I've already limited the amount of people that are in my Discord just so I could focus on a sole group of people rather than just a bunch of randoms who aren't that active. I don't give a fuck about the money from my Discord because I make money trading. But at the end of the day, people are so tied up on this monetary gain from trading that they forget to actually go through that process of learning the steps, learning the technicals, and executing them. And that end term goal is always, in my opinion, going to be tied to social media. You look at Lambos, you look at Ferraris, you look at, you know, all these mansions and dream houses and everything like that. And sure, there are people who have gotten there strictly from trading, but there are a lot of people who haven't. There are a lot of people who have gotten there from making videos like those, enticing you, getting you to join and pay for their course, and then that's how they make their money. Someone in my Discord just this morning actually asked me, what is your definition of a life worth living? Which is a really, really good question. And in my opinion, the definition of a life worth living will never ever be to get a Lambo, to get a mansion, to make as much money as possible. Because in my opinion, I just don't think that's what's important in life. I think the reason why I came to trading at the beginning when I was a junior in high school, futures trading as a junior in high school, is because is because I wanted to make money. That's just a fact. Like, I was in high school, I had traded freshman and sophomore year, but then I took a little break and then I came back to it later in high school. And I was like, fuck it, let's make some money. Like, I'm about to go to college. Like, I should have some money to fuck around with in college, stuff like that. I wanted to buy a car, shit like that. I cared about the money. And that's what stuck me in the sand for the first couple months of my trading journey, because I was envisioning that life. I was envisioning a life of yachts and fucking Ferraris and all that shit. And that is what was keeping me unprofitable and keeping me stuck. In my opinion, the reason why you should trade is because of the freedom that it allows you to have. Like, with a 9-to-5 job, you get a vacation 2 weeks a year, maybe. You're grinding every single day. You go, you commute to work, everything like that. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been doing internship stuff, like trying to get an internship for the summer, just in case I don't end up trading full time. Because, I am still 19. I'm a student. I'm not fully in the place where I need to be with trading yet to go full time. I mean, I technically am, but there's some there's some pressure from family and stuff like that to be making more money. So, I want to make sure that I'm at the right spot before I really, really lock in full time with it. But I was going to New York City and I was doing this commuting and then these meetings and sitting in these offices and watching these people work and stuff like that. And I would come back home on the train ride home to my town, and I would just be like, wow, I hope I never do that. Like, I really hope that is not my life, because I could not be confined into one place for 8 hours or more. I cannot be working for somebody else. I cannot be doing this commuting shit. And then I come back home, and the next day I woke up in my bedroom, prayed, ate, walked around, hopped on charts, and made $2,000 in 15 minutes. So it's obviously like, which one am I going to want to prefer, and obviously it's easy to prefer trading when you're on a winning streak versus a losing streak. But in my opinion, living a life of purpose or meaning is having freedom to do whatever you want to do, and having, this is just my sole opinion, obviously, but having time to travel the world, because I believe the world is an absolutely massive place with a lot of beautiful areas. There are so many countries that I want to travel to. So being able to travel the world, being able to have enough money to sustain yourself and a family, and by that I mean living needs, and then any wants, that are within reason. Like, not a private jet for my son, but like, if he wants to join an AAU team, if he wants to, go see a concert or something like that. I think, really, in my opinion, if you never have to worry about bills, you can treat yourself and your family, and all needs are taken care of. And you can invest in your future and grow yourself to make more money over time. You really don't need any more money than that. I'm very into cars, and obviously one day, in probably a month or two, I'm gonna buy a car that I really, really love, and I can buy a more expensive car than that, but there's just no reason to. Like, I can get a car that's a bit cheaper, that I'm still gonna love and have a lot of fun with, than a car that's going to be more expensive and just cause me more hassle over time. Because at the end of the day, I don't care about the materialism of it. I'm getting the one car, the cheaper car, because I actually have some emotional attachment to it, which I'll describe when I get the car. I'm gonna make a video when I get the car about why I got it, stuff like that. So that will be coming soon whenever I decide to buy it, probably in March. Um, but there's a problem with people who are tying all of their trading success or all of their trading goals to monetary outcomes and living that dream life, because for me there is no purpose in their life. There is no purpose to living that life of luxury and happiness. You see a lot of like 20-year-olds who are celebrating that life and being in Miami and posting all that shit, but I want you to check in with them in 5 years and see if they're still really fucking with that life. Because at the end, you need to mature, you need to grow up, and you need to find a place where, you're not partying on yachts all the time. Maybe you want to settle down, have a family, everything like that. It's cool. It's just like college. You have your period where you have a lot of fun. You get your excitement, everything like that, and then you go off into the real world. With me, I feel like my life would be fully a life of purpose if I can establish myself as totally fine financially, having a family, having kids, everything like that, and then going off and being able to travel and have the money to do whatever I want within reason, and also just always, always living for God, because I wouldn't be here without a God, a power above that is allowing me to wake up every single morning and do what I do. Every single morning when I wake up, I pray and I thank God for allowing me to wake up, because there are so many people who, you're watching this video right now on your phone or your computer or something like that. Let's just forget the fact that a fat percentage of the world doesn't have a phone, doesn't have, the access to Wi-Fi like you have, probably isn't living in a comfy room that you're watching this in, or in a kitchen that you're watching this in, or a college dorm that you're watching this in. Let's forget all of those benefits that you have over a lot of people. Let's just get to the point that thousands of people didn't even wake up this morning. Whether they had the phone, whether they had the Wi-Fi, whether they don't, thousands of people across the world did not wake up this morning. And you were chosen to wake up. Why is it that you were chosen instead of someone else to wake up? How come you think there was probably a 40-year-old, 20-year-old dude around the world who did not wake up this morning? Why do you think you woke up instead of him? Was it a health thing? Was it a God blessing you? Whatever it is, you were able to wake up this morning while someone your age around the world and someone younger than you, someone older than you, were not. And that in itself, as heartbreaking as it sounds, is a blessing to you. And you should try to be thankful for that, because that's just God giving you another opportunity to pursue your passions and pursue your goals. So, this fucking camera, bro. So, at the end of the day, me living a fulfilled life will always be living for God, because I'm able to have this life for Him. And it includes being able to bless my family, have a family, and be able to take care of them, while also being able to, have my own fun, have my own things that, I can enjoy. Hobbies, golf, tennis, whatever you're into, cars if you like them. That, and while also securing my financial future with investing, as well as my kids, my grandkids, everything like that. That should be a life worth living, in my opinion, where you're successful, you have everything you need, you're living for God, you have a family, and you're happy. Because if you can do all of those things, where money is a benefit but not a stress, you are in the point where money, you have enough of it that you're not stressed about paying bills, but you don't have too much of it that you're worried about other shit. I've talked to dudes with hundreds of millions of dollars, hedge fund CEOs and founders, IB analysts, well, not analysts, they're broke, but IB, MDs, stuff like that, guys with tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. And that fucking sucks. You got to deal with so much. You got to deal with shit over there, shit over here. Someone's trying to hack your account. This shit is moving. Your investments are going up and down. Everything like that. It's just a lot on your brain for benefits that you don't even really get. As well as that, there's a lot of work that goes into sustaining that money, holding that money, while also trying to make more of it and grow your business. I'm all for growing my business. I put a lot of work into scaling my trading, making videos for you guys, everything like that. But at the end of the day, I do it so that I can have freedom in the long run with this career. That's the truth. So that I don't have to work fucking 8 hours a day and make small talk and try to like focus and not fall asleep while I'm looking someone straight in the eyes and talking about some bullshit I don't care about. At the end of the day, trading is going to get you that piece of freedom that you so desperately want. And maybe right now you're thinking, well, I just need to make enough money to pay this bill. Well, I just need to make enough money to pay this thing. Get a job, all right? Because trading is not a, well, I'm just going to start trading so that I can pay off this. That's not what trading is. Trading is not about, oh, quick money, just being able to learn it immediately and execute it. Trading is sort of like a whole journey where you're going to learn it, get a little beginner's luck, get humbled brutally, start to learn a bit more, think you get it, get humbled again, start to learn it, get humbled again, and it's a mountain where you're continuously making up steps. Okay, down move. Oh wait, we're up higher. Down move. Up. Like, it's not a fucking exponential process or whatever. You know, you're not getting linear growth. Guess I should go that way. Linear growth with it. You know, trading is very difficult. And why do I think 95% of people fail at trading? It's because, let's be honest, you probably got into trading because of social media, right? You probably saw someone on social media talking about it and you started looking into it, whether it was YouTube, Instagram, something like that. Social media is what got you into trading. And typically, or maybe a friend, something like that. But there's no doubt about it, if you're watching this and you've probably seen a lot of content on social media about trading and about hitting your goals, shit like that. And take this from me. I'm 19 years old. I'm in the middle of a fucking dorm room right now. I got 3 classes on Monday. And like with all that, I still did 20K in payouts in January. 20K in payouts in January. Not in profits and actual payouts to my bank account in January. And it hasn't affected my life at all. Like, at the end of it, like, it does not matter. I'm still going to go to class on Monday. I'm still going to go to my lift on Tuesday. I'm hitting legs right after this. It's not like everything else just pauses once you make a bit of money trading. Like, your life is the exact fucking same. You just have a bit more money. Money is not going to immediately transfer you into a Bugatti in Miami. All right? Like, is $20,000 a lot of money in a month in the grand scheme of things compared to a lot of people in this space and not? No, it's really not shit. And that's, you know, I know like many people would die for $20,000 in a month, and I'm not going to be a dick and say that that's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money for so many people around the world. But in the grand scheme of things, with inflation, shit getting more expensive cost of living, my goal in my trading is not to stop at $20,000 a month. It's to scale that to way, way, way more. And you know, for me, I feel like you look at people who trade online and you see them with, you know, 100K months, 80K payouts, stuff like that. And that just makes you want to be antsy and get there immediately. And that's why social media is killing your progress and killing your journey to profitability, because it's just setting you back. It's just making you think, you know what? Yeah, I got to get this money right now. No, you don't. No, you don't. Get a job. If you really need money, get a job. Get a sustainable amount of income, because so many people fail at trading because they get into it from that social media lie, and then they try to push and get it and get that quick money, you know, because trading does, in fact, especially prop firms, because they're like a game, prop firms can attract gamblers and degenerate mindsets. So just stop with that bullshit. Like that, you don't need that dumbass shit, you know. And it is true at the end of the day that trading can absolutely change your life. It is fucking the greatest thing ever. You can scale it to whatever you want. Once you get a system, you can work 30 minutes in a day. Like this past week, I worked Monday was MLK, and then Tuesday or Wednesday I couldn't trade. So I worked Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I won all 3 days, and I think I made like $7,000 or something this week. I don't know. Maybe 5, 6, I don't remember. So I made that much money in this week trading. And I don't think I worked for more than 30 minutes on any of those 3 days. How fucking awesome is that? It's pretty awesome, right? Trading has the benefits and the possibilities to change your life for the better in so many different fucking ways. But the reason that you're not getting to that place is because you're jumping the gun and you're attaching yourself so much to this outcome of trying to get this beautiful lifestyle that you're seeing on social media. Well, if he could do it, why can't I do it? Oh, this guy said it only takes 6 months, so I must lock in. It's like, yes, you can change your life with trading in 6 months, but not if you're focused on where you'll be at the end of that 6 months. Like, who cares? You know, whatever happens in that 6 months. If you really do need money, you need to get a sustainable job with an actual income. because trading can be up and down. I can make 20K this month, I can make 40K the next month, I can make 0 the month after that. That's just the reality of trading. And you have to be mentally able to deal with that if you want to do this full time. You have to be able to be like, I'm fine with having red days, red weeks, red months, if that means that I'm going to have a green year. So it's all about that longevity mindset and being able to say to yourself, like, listen, trading is very fucking hard, and there are so many people winning at it, and I know that I'm going to get there at some point. I'm going to win at some point, but I don't care when it happens. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm just going to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to wake up and be thankful that I have this day. I'm going to go and I'm going to take a really good trade, and then I'm going to go on with my day. And that is, in my opinion, the way to get yourself to live a fulfilled life where you have what you need. You have, monetary benefits, you have family, everything like that. You can acquire all those benefits if you just stop thinking so much about your future and about getting insane goals, everything like that. So at the end of the day, focus on the fact that you are here and you've been able to wake up for another day and chase your goals and get this passion of trading, and then lock in on executing it day by day and just seeing what happens. That 300K analogy perfectly sums up this video, where if you do the right shit, it will come. Not thinking, okay, I took this trade today, I'm going to make 300K. I took this trade today, I'm going to make 300K. Not thinking of it like that. Thinking of it as, I took this trade today, now we'll do the same tomorrow, now we'll do the same tomorrow. And then it'll stack over time, and you'll truly see how powerful trading can be. All right, see you.